like button coming in. I just decided to go live a little bit earlier tonight. I kept looking to see if Damn D is going to go live, but I think he's still unpacking. So, I mean, if he goes live or something, I mean, we can jump off or whatever and go over there. But I figure we get this live started. We'll wait for some more people to come in. You guys hit that like button. Therese is here. Black is here. Melly is here. Ben 73 is here. You guys hit that like button coming in. Let these people know that we are alive and rocking. You guys are like, what? Let me go see what's going on over on this other. Wait a minute. No. Yeah, this channel. Let me go in here. Let me hit this little thing. This little thingy thing. All right. We're waiting for more people to come in. Here we go. That's just the volume for my other thing. Oh, look, y'all. It kept up. Look, that's weird, y'all. It kept up my old Hooters picture from the second time when, remember I went live and I was showing people my old picture and it was the second person in the screen. Somehow the picture is over here and it just stayed there. That's weird. I'm supposed to have my AI picture up. Little jerks. But let's go ahead and let people know we're live. Let's see. There we are. You guys continue to come on in and greet one another. You guys hit the like button. Just Saying is here. Yeah, guys, we're going to talk about these robots. I know this is so weird, me going live this early, but no, I didn't see anybody else live. Y'all, is there anybody else live? I didn't see anything. I mean, we can reschedule this if birthday was great, but I'm mostly going to be celebrating this weekend, guys. But is anybody else live right now? I mean, we can come back, but I was like, maybe I should just start it and get this over with if nobody else is live, you know? So, anywho. Oh, Mob is live right now. Is he live? Yikes. Is Mob, Just Saying, is Mob live right now, y'all? Hey, Alan. Alan's here. Ben 73 is here. What is a lower level? Oh, he was live earlier. You don't know if he's live. Oh, okay. Cool. Ben always says hi for a minute and then disappears. Ben, are you still here? Oh, okay. So I don't think anybody else is live right now. So yeah, we're going to get into this, guys, and we're going to talk about this crazy thing. And they basically said that this never made it to the news, and I'm like, huh? What is this? Like, why would they not tell us this? And see, there's rumors going around saying this happened in Japan, right? But then, you know, it's saying that it happened in South Korea. So then if it really happened in South Korea, that would make more sense to me that we wouldn't get the news on it, right? Because South Korea never, you know, tells us what's going on in their country. That they just never talk. They never tell us what's going on. You heard, yeah, I know. And what's so weird is when I was going to set the show up, somebody had DM me about this show. No, not DM me. Somebody put it in just yesterday. Someone put it in there and I said, hey, you said to talk about this and I already have this show scheduled. I was like, that's awesome. And then they had another story about these robots, but this one I find interesting because there's actually a little bit more information to this story as far as this weird robot crap with these. Basically, the title, "Put a Shirt on, Owl." owls like to wear clothes? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Owls don't like wearing clothes. No, no, no. Mm-mm. So, can y'all imagine if I had a picture up there and it would let me be quiet? I don't think this is the right channel. We should get a Barbie XXX channel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. That would never happen. But maybe I should get like a Barbie adult channel. No nudity. He said the black said no clothes. Exactly. What is this little clouds around the face? What is this? What is this little clouds? Look, there's a little. You said no, you don't like to see women in their birthday suits. Oh, Millie. Hi, Tehran Hearing is here. I think I've seen Tehran around these YouTube streets. I'm not sure if I think I've seen your name once or twice. I'm not sure which sector he comes from, but I've seen him around. So, guys, we're gonna get into this, and we're gonna talk about these freaking 4 crazy robots, right? That supposedly killed 29 scientists. Well, Mr. Owl, can you please find some feathers to be presentable? How did Mr. Owl come up? What about Mrs. Owl? What the fuck? You guys are losing it tonight. I'm gonna get it. Get all King Regina with this wrench. What is happening right now? He said, I'm gonna get all King Regina with this wrench. You gonna bop her over the head. I don't know what's going on. So let's go back through let's read this title here of the video. You guys hit that like button coming in. It says, did 4 robots kill 29 scientists in Japan or Korea? Conspiracy? We will never know will we ever know the truth? I'm going to answer that already. I don't think we'll ever know the truth on this, right? Because originally it was saying that this had happened in Japan, but then it got changed. Said, no, it was Korea is the reason why we didn't hear it, right? Colby Knows is here. And when they said, no, you know how, Korea is, right? Y'all know Korea is very strict. Basically, you're not allowed, nothing's allowed to leave out of that country, and nothing's really allowed to go in, right? Especially as far as news or anything dramatic happening or anything crazy. Black, turn on that subscribers. So let's get right into this audio, right? I'm going to let you guys listen to this audio. Basically, remember what we talked about before? AI technology is being created, specifically for war in the future, being used for war, for using, hold on, let me put this in there. That these robots are being created for war in the future. And so that's what we talked about, was AI is what we're assuming, and what they've been talking about is to use these robots to help fight wars. Oh, it is on? Oh, okay, cool. So right there alone, we already know this is crazy. But then when they talk about AI is going rogue, and you say, oh, well, those are specific type of war type of robots versus robots like Sophia, or different robots like the Bixby that's in my computer, in my refrigerator, different stuff, right? So, but still, AI technology is still AI technology, because it means artificial intelligence. So what they are now trying to develop is super artificial intelligence of these robots. And they are seeing that most of them will be ASI come 2030. And that is why they're trying to say, slow down on making some of these machines. And this is why. Yes, I know, Boomer, to kill 29 people. Okay, so these 29 people were in the lab. They were in this lab working on these wartime type of usable AI technologies, basically robots helping to fight war. So these robots are equipped with bullets and things like that. So let's listen to the audio as we go into this, guys, as the person. So someone had a former military, I think he was, I have to get, you guys, I was supposed to study up on all this, but I didn't really listen to all of it because I had other things going on, and I probably should have, but I think it was some type of military veteran got wind of this and then went and told this other lady, right, that does, she has a channel that's based on all things aliens. So, but he went and told her this, and here's the audio. She then conveyed back to us and relayed all the information back to us on audio. Here it is.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab.
Right there alone. Right there alone. Huh? It's like, what? So right there alone. Now, she did say Japan. So will we ever know the truth, right? Will we ever know if it really happened in Japan or Korea?
And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind.
Boom, stop right there. So she just said, I'm going to rewind this.
They did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind.
So she's saying that the robot shot the 29 scientists with metal bullets. And she was going, oh, okay, well, of course they had to be metal. What do you mean? What other bullets are there out there that we need to specify what type of bullets, right? So she's like, huh? Like, all right. So she's, kind of like sitting up in her chair now going, wait a second, something is starting to get weird here.
The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd.
Okay, so they deactivated 2 of the robots. They deactivated and then started taking apart the 3rd robot, right? So remember, there's 4 rogue robots. 4 robots that all of a sudden, for whatever reason, that 4 of them, not 1, not 2, 3, but all 4 just all of a sudden lost their minds. They just lost their minds, right? Hit that like button coming in. So now she is saying 2 of them, they were able to shut them down, right? But 1 of them, they could not shut down. So they started dismantling it, like pulling it apart.
But the 4th robot began restoring itself.
Okay, so the 2 they were able to shut down. The other one they could not shut down because the other one they did shut it down by taking it apart, right? They started taking this robot apart. So I'm gonna rewind it.
And somehow,
it is true that in the recent years, the Japanese military. It is true.
Wait a minute. Oh, we lost our spot,
in
kid.
the recent years, the Japanese military. I have seen it.
He told me, quote, at a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed.
For military applications.
29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow
the 4th robot began restoring itself. This is the issue that we've all been talking about, is that when you start giving remember, there's 2 differences. The AI is artificial intelligence. which means it can be controlled by a human. They can pull the plug, whatever you call it, shut it down, throw water on it, whatever. They can shut it down. But once it gets ASI, this is what we're talking about. Once it gets ASI, that is when we start going into artificial super intelligence, which means the singularity is what we talked about on a couple of videos back. They talked about singularity, where the robot begins to know all, begins to know everything that it fundamentally knows out there. It has all databases, every knowledge, everything downloaded into it. And that's what they were talking about, putting into the human brain, is giving the human brain these chips so that certain humans can have all knowledge with putting this microchip in their brain. We talked about this before on another live. If you guys want to go through some of my videos, we talked for hours about how this was going to happen and what would happen. So this is top secret information we're listening to here. Only like 3 or 4 channels have this information right now. I don't know if they're going to try to remove this from here, but I'm letting you guys hear it right here. So let's go.
Connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about.
It is true that in the recent
Oh
years,
my
the
God, this thing
Japanese
keeps doing
military
this.
AI program have seen a rapid development.
He told me, quote, at a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd, but the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before.
To build itself more stronger than before. Huh? It's like, huh? Excuse me? So this robot began to build itself, basically getting information from what they call a cloud, from satellites, from all these databases that are already stored about how to restore yourself or how to reset a computer, all these things, you know, like how we have on our computers where we can restore things and build it and put it back and set it back to original settings and all that. Same concept. So basically, this computer said, okay, since y'all want to play, oh, I know what y'all are doing here. So think about this. How did the computer, how did the robot know what was trying to be done? He evidently knew that the other members inside of that lab was taking apart some of the other machines. Like they said, they had to dismantle some of the other machines. But then I guess this machine knew somehow what was going on. And that's what we talked about, ASI, leading towards that singularity of knowing all. We've talked about that over here on this channel. Those of you guys that are just getting caught up, you guys can get caught up on some of those videos and get caught up on what we're doing over here. We're over here doing amazing things, discovering things, listening to things. Yeah, that's my old picture, Kodak Black, when I was a baby. That was when I was a baby. That's when I was as a baby. Thank you. Yes, it was my birthday on Valentine's Day. Thank you, guys. And yes, that's my old Hooter Girls picture. But anywho, how do we know it didn't download it brain to the satellite? Black said, how do we know it didn't download it? Of course it did. If it had to rebuild itself back better, that means it had to go from scratch somewhere. It picked up its old data and took on with the new data. IDK is here. It is what it is here. Kodak Black. Faith Keeper is here.
And this next sentence, this is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious, Linda. But you're never going to hear about this in the news.
Boom. Boom.
I have seen this video last week
Will
on
you
YouTube
cut that out?
Shorts. And to be honest with you, I haven't been scared of the scenario, this that fear. And I nearly do some research about it will change your mind. So without any graduates, conspiracy 100,000 subscribers at the beginning of the video was of a speech she did in the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles in February 2017. It's apparently based on a phone interview she conducted with someone allegedly from the CIA, who told her that 4 robots developed for
So the person that she had a phone conversation with was from the CIA, is what he is saying.
military applications in Japan have killed 29 humans in the lab. She also claims that one of the robots was able to make an attempt to reconstruct itself using information from the internet. It is true that in the recent years, the Japanese military AI program have seen a rapid development. This seems to be a logical move, especially for Japan, where the number of Japanese between 18 and 26 years old, along the prime recruiting pool, peaks at only 11 million compared to 7 militaries need. And it's exactly what we're lacking. So AI might indeed be the way forward for Japan. The scariest problem is artificial intelligence, an invention that could pose fundamental.
The thing that's going to be tricky here is that it's going to be very tempting to use AI as a weapon. It's going to be very tempting. In fact, it will be used as a weapon. So the on-ramp to serious AI, the danger is going to be more humans using it against each other, I think, most likely. That'll be the danger. Yeah.
Also, we all have seen what.
So that was Elon Musk saying that his fear was that humans would use these robots against each other.
Boston Dynamics robot can do. I mean, all you have to do is to program one of them further that second part about it, or it's programmed by the researchers to defy their orders and to scrap the internet.
Programmed by the developers to scrub the internet, to defy. So they're saying that some of these developers, if it gets into the wrong hands of certain developers, these developers could install or train these AI robots to deny and to scrape information from all over the internet on how to build back better or become stronger or to go against or to solve ways around things, how to get to point A and point B. You know, like if they need to go across waters. Agent Smith is here. It said I was going to go live tonight at 11. Yeah, but I think you're in California time, Agent. And I decided to go live a little bit earlier, kid.
For repair information, just in case they wanted to shut it down. Both cases seem a long shot for me. To defy their orders and to scrap the internet for repair information, just in case they wanted to shut it down. Both cases seem a long shot for me. Also, as scary as Linda Moulton claims are, I could not find any evidence supporting them. With no witnesses or video evidence, her claim seems to be nothing current state-of-the-art technology is fully capable of achieving such tasks. Nuclear war is not far-fetched after all.
It's a machine. So allowing machines to, in theory, through algorithms, decide what they will target and what they will attack is one of the huge reasons why we consider it to be crossing the Rubicon, and grossly unethical and immoral. Machines should be in the service of human beings. Human beings should not be in the service of machines. Killer robots, as I understand how they would like to see them, with perhaps one pilot overseeing a swarm of 100.
Who would like to see that? That's what's disturbing to me, is she said as they would like to see them. I mean, I would not like to see them doing anything like this. I mean, I don't care if they're going to help fight. If you say, oh, it benefits us, it'll help us fight wars. Well, then no, let's just fight the wars the old-fashioned way or whatever. Because ultimately, these things are going to turn on humans. And how do they know it's not going to turn on the good guys? I mean, it's just crazy to me.
Fighter jets. How could that one human being possibly control what those weapons do? It is totally impossible. Meaningful human control means that a human being is making the target and control the target and kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities,
Huh? Wait a minute. Excuse me? Yo, listen, I didn't do that. I didn't research this whole thing, but hold on. This lady just said the targeting who? Did they just said people of color? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe it's just me. Let me rewind. What the what? Hold on. Let me listen back. Hold on. Maybe it's just me.
Who has been excluded engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities.
Huh? Oh, hell no. Wait a second. Uh-oh. No. Wait. Wait. No, look, y'all. See, they're going to make me end this live right now. Please don't tell me I heard what I heard. I'm about to end this shit right fucking now. Wait a minute.
Anybody who select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
What? What? Are they fucking crazy? What? What is this lady talking about, yo? Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. I'm rewinding this. Did she just say they're going to wait? You guys, wait a second. Hold on. Yo, I'm about to just turn this whole freaking internet off. Oh my God. No, there ain't no way.
Error rates with people of color, people with disabilities
Wait.
to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
So the builder's inherent wait, what? So you said I'm over here on my other channel right now, Dr. Nikki. God, Draco is here. You guys hit that like button coming in. You guys, wait a second. So they're saying when these freaking computers just go freaking crazy and rogue, that they're only going to target certain people of color or people with disabilities? Yo, we can't make this shit up. I mean, what is going on? Right. She said error rates. Then they said exclude. Right. From what training? And then she changed it back around and said basically the author who was biased, meaning the person that is training these robots, if they're prejudiced, this is what's going to happen. This is insane. I'm playing it again. I mean, I can't. I'm about to lose my mind.
And I don't think rates with people of color, people with weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
And what? What? So listen, people of color is in the same category as someone with a disability, I'm fucking pissed. I am fucking mad right now, y'all, that they would even suggest such a thing. How dare you? What? I am freaking outraged. Are you? What did she? What? So wait. I am literally for maybe the 10th time in my life, where I am just stunned at hearing such material. Everybody, get your asses in here. Raise your hand if you're here, so I will know I don't have to repeat this when you walk back in this freaking chat. We're gonna let everybody know this crap. Yup, T-Love. But listen, they put it in the same category as a disability. Rita Ann C is here. You guys are hearing this. Boomer is here. Game Day Dreamer is here. You guys hear what this damn thing just said? I want to think she's a freaking computer. I was looking at her as a freaking robot. I mean, because what human could even utter this out of their mind? Out of their mouth? What human? I would say, no, I'm not saying this. They said, oh, she's just the person that represents, and she just reads whatever they give. No, I would say, I'm not reading this. I am not reading this crap.
And I don't think that we, as a community of color, autonomous weapons to deploy and select and to engage with their...
To deploy these, listen, to deploy them...
own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of...
The training sets? Y'all, I need to I need to redo this live and make this whole freaking thing about them trying to get rid of people of any color. That means biracial people, that means Hispanic people, that means anybody that has melanin, basically. And then if they have a slow operation of the brain, or if they're born with Down syndrome or anything, the computer is going to say, shoot them. I keep saying computer, which is still the same thing. The robot, the technology inside of this machine is going to say, kill them. That is the most insane thing I've ever heard. I'm going to rewind it again and again until we get this crap through our freaking heads. That this crap is pure evil.
The disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias. And error rate. If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? Excuse me? So we're considered a defect as though we were born not up to par because we have more melanin in our skin? Are they nuts? How do you even suggest something like this? Let's go back. I don't, yeah, they're saying anybody that's slow. This is what they're saying, Dr. Nikki. Anybody that's slow, that's not up to par to what the creator basically has trained them to think. Basically, if you guys were over here, we talked about this chip that they were going to be putting in people's brains of certain humans that have all knowledge. And they will be able to know if you're born a certain type of way, if you're sick, if you have cancer in you, if you have any of this stuff in you, they will shoot you first and annihilate you first. But I never heard this part about people of color. I've never heard anyone saying this. I've heard, like, if you're sick, remember what we talked about, that ASI technology will detect if you're sick. Like if something's in your body as a defect. It didn't say if you have melanin in your skin. This is the first time I've heard of this. And you guys want to know why people sometimes can't even get on these freaking computers and have these chats and have all these lives, even though different sectors are about different things. It is still also overwhelming. This kind of crap is overwhelming information that I think everybody needs to know about. This is insane. Let's do it again. We're not missing not one single definition or one single word that comes out of this woman's mouth.
And I don't think that we as people of color allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own target.
To select, to engage with, and to select.
We will see disproportionate.
We will see. In other words, future. We will see, which means they are not going to stop this. We will see this happening, is what she's saying. She is speaking future. We will see this. Unbelievable to me. Unbelievable to me. We will see this. Huh? Let's go back. I'm not crazy.
And kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own target.
If we allow.
We will see disproportionate.
We will see.
And false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by
anybody that has been excluded. Anybody that has been excluded. And we already know what this exclusion is, because this dummy just told us. But this is beyond me. This is beyond me. Anybody that's not excluded. What?
Of the builder's own inherent bias.
Builder's own inherent bias, which means a prejudiced motherfucker sitting behind the freaking machine, developing this. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And error rates. If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets.
To select? If we allow them to select, what the crap are you talking about? If we allow them to accept, where would this thought even begin in this person's mind? The developer, her, or anybody else. Where would this thought come from? It comes from the heart. The machine is not developing itself. This is the heart of the human. This is in this person's heart, this evilness. To come up with something like this. So the first thing she needs to stop saying is the machine. It's not the freaking machine's fault. The machine wouldn't have to develop a goddamn thing had it not been for the evil person sitting there coming up and planning this shit. So no, let's go back to the person that is creating the machine and put their name on it.
We will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias. And I don't think
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It makes me feel like I'm in a glass cup and no one can hear me. It's like I'm knocking on this glass, trying to get out. I'm knocking on. I can see everything going around me that's falling apart, and a big building perhaps or something is getting ready to follow me, and I can't get out of this glass box or cup that I'm in because all the mayhem around me. It's like I can't yell hard, can't yell loud enough. I can't scream long enough. This is the most insane crap I've ever heard in my life. As far as technology goes, this is the most insane thing I've ever heard.
Rates with if we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue.
Someone that has been excluded from the training sets. So you would think a disabled person would be excluded, right? Because they're disabled. But now we get into the most disgusting, most creepiest sentence I've ever heard in my life is that people of color will be targeted by these machines to kill them. Please tell me I'm hearing this wrong. How many times have we rewinded this tonight? This shit is, I'm so freaking mad right now.
We will see disproportionate
and kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
We will see disproportionate.
I don't think that we as people of color, autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage.
Deploy and select and engage.
With their own targets.
With their own targets. With their own targets. Target. Remember the word target.
We'll see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color.
With people of color.
People with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training set.
Excluded from, I can't. I don't even know if I want to eat anymore. I don't even know what I don't even know what to freaking think. Exactly, Miss B. It gets worse every freaking time you hear it. And the mind can't even, my mind can't even wrap around what is being said. And the more that we rewind it and start dissecting it, we start sensing the evilness behind this.
By virtue of the builder proportionate false fatalities.
Decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
Yo, I can't get past, you guys hit that fucking like button. I cannot get past that sentence. I cannot get past that sentence. We need to play this freaking live over and over again until our freaking heads fall off. Everybody share this freaking live right now. So you mean to tell me that they are grouping melanated people in with people with a disability? That ain't happening, Agent. No, these are wicked, cruel people. Stephen Brown is here. Sorry if you guys are just walking on this, but we've just walked into some freaking shocking freaking news.
And I don't think that with people of color, people with weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
You said what I missed. Well, we started off talking about information that we found about 4 robots killing 29 scientists. As the AI technology is involved, it developed into ASI technology. Basically, one of the robots began to build itself back, but now they held a small press conference over it. They're saying, why is it that these machines just go rogue on certain people? How can they determine who's the good guy and who's the bad guy? This lady then goes into saying that these robots can go rogue. But when they go rogue, because of the software that they have downloaded into them, they will be able to detect weakness. They will be able to detect sicknesses, cancer, things like that, and consider you a threat. But now, listen to what she says about these robots that are being created.
And I don't think that we as a community, as a global people with weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities.
People of color and people of disabilities. Wait, what? So this robot, this AI will be trained to kill people of color? This kind of crap right here pisses me the fuck off. Hey, Ronald, it's crazy. I mean, let's go back.
Deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training.
Anybody that has been excluded, people of color, people with disabilities, anybody that has been excluded. How in the hell did people of color get into the same category as someone that has a disability? I just don't get this.
Their own targets.
Target and control the target and kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
The builder's own inherent bias. So basically, she is saying if this falls into the hands of a prejudiced person, which it already has, Because where would she get the stupid statement from about it only attacking people of color and people with disabilities? That is the most craziest, mind-boggling statement I've ever heard.
And I don't think that if we allow autonomous weapons to
If we allow
deploy and select and
to deploy and select, if we allow them, in other words, she's saying it can be stopped. If we allow them, so if we allow these machines, this is what's going to happen. So if we allow them, if we allow, what? What do you mean if you allow?
Engage with being is making the target and control the target and kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
I can't even get past this. I can't even freaking get past that statement. We have been stuck on this statement, I think, for the past 20 minutes, if not longer. Truth with 7 is here. You guys hit that like button coming in. Get this freaking message out. Share this freaking video because this pisses me off right now. What the fuck are they talking about? So if you have any melanin in your skin, it sees it as a disability? And it's all from the bias of the okay, wait a sec. Now when they talk about being in the matrix, somebody please tell me to answer the freaking phone. Somebody tell me to answer the goddamn phone right now because I'm really just freaking losing it right now listening to this crap.
Error rates. If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of
the training sets. Anybody that's of people of color, anybody with disability that has been excluded from the training set. In other words, she's saying these things are being trained. They're being trained to look for and know if you're not basically in their eyes perfect or without melanin. So without melanin makes you a genius, right? Because she just said listen, here it goes, listen.
The builders and false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities.
It's a disability. People of color, people with a disability. I don't get it. I don't even know how they could even, put this out here like this. Are they, why?
Deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
The builder's own inherent bias. Wow. So anybody, they just let anybody. So just any old body. So we might as well, they might as well just dig up homeboy. What's his name? They might as well just dig up Hitler. Just dig his ass up. And tell him to start doing. They just let any you believe like Hitler? Oh, okay, perfect. Here, we're gonna give you this this technology, and we want you to train it in what you want it to do, and here you go. What? I it is beyond me. It is beyond me. If this live doesn't wake you guys the crap up, I don't know what will freaking wake you up. I am completely just astonished.
And I don't think that we as a community, as a global international community, want to disproportionately target vulnerable communities.
Oh, I don't think we as a community want this to happen. Let's listen to this sadness.
Expect the builder's own inherent bias. And I don't think that we as a community, I don't think we as a community, global international community, want to disproportionately target vulnerable communities.
To target vulnerable communities. Gotcha. Gotcha. I hear it.
Especially under the guise of authoritarian regimes. As a community, as a global international community, want to disproportionately target vulnerable communities, especially under the guise of authoritarian regimes.
She knew the shit that was coming out of her mouth was hateful and disgusting. She couldn't even get the words out. She's probably in fear that someone's going to freaking shoot her while she's on that freaking podium talking this garbage.
Experience, global international community want to disproportionately target vulnerable communities, especially under the guise of authoritarian regimes. In my experience at a computer vision startup where I was for about 2 years, I can tell you firsthand that these algorithms find new and spectacular ways to fail. And in so many ways.
In other words, now let's give a reason. Let's give a reason now to why this system would fail. They find spectacular ways to fail. What? They find spectacular ways to fail. I mean, it's their fault. It's the computer's fault for failing. It'll be the robot's fault if he starts shooting people of color and disabled people. It's not our fault. They are finding spectacular ways. What? YNW Melly, you just now getting back here? No, we have been digging into this. Forget about what's going on over. Listen to this garbage. Nobody, oh my God.
Computer vision community want to excluded from the training their own targets. We would
control the target.
Listen right here. It says that this machine is targeted to kill people of color and people with disabilities. Exactly. They won't be doing a damn thing about it, Mrs. B, because she already said what will happen. They're coming up with spectacular ways to fail. I mean, these robots are just out of control. They're coming up with all of this stuff. It's not us. It's the AI technology that would be doing all of this killing. Right. While the robot is engaged with their own target, the disabled and people of color will be part of the. I cannot hit that freaking like button. This message needs to get out. When I still remember, I told you guys in the beginning, I did not do the full research until I did part of the research, but I didn't get this part. If I would have stumbled upon this part, I'm not even sure I would have been able to do this live. Knucklehead and Melly ignore each other for right now. They are developing a machine to kill Black people. Listen, Brooklyn Lady Ellie is here. You guys need to listen to this. This is going to be the least of y'all worries. arguing about something in the chat. Y'all need to listen. They are training robots. Listen to this.
And kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and to engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities.
Did you guys hear that? We will see false errors of them killing people of color. That means anyone with any melanin in their skin or anyone that is disabled.
Anybody who has to engage with their own targets.
Let's listen.
Target and control the target and kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and to engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue.
Anybody that has been excluded from the training sets. Anybody, people of color, or anyone with a disability. Remember, we talked about this before on another live about them downloading the micro. That's, yes. What about mixed race? That's people of color. Mixed people are people of color. If you have any melanin in your skin, you are considered what this lady just said right here. You are a target. And evidently, you may accidentally get killed by this robot.
Of the disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias.
So so that's why I said basically they're just gonna just dig up Hitler and say, Hitler, just whatever you decide, it doesn't matter. It says the person's biasness. People of color and any type of disability. Wait a minute. And then she said it will happen. She said it will happen. Let's listen. Let's rewind.
Error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has to engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate.
We will see
false fatalities, error rates with people of color.
With people of color.
With disabilities.
Disabilities.
Anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias. And I don't think that we as a community, as a global international community, want to disproportionately target vulnerable communities, especially under the guise of authoritarian regimes. In my experience at a computer vision startup, where I was for about 2 years, I can tell you firsthand that these algorithms find new and spectacular ways to fail. And in so many ways, they do it such that humans just simply can't understand what went wrong, what they need to do to correct it, or how to fix the problems.
If you like this video,
the computer vision community,
they didn't know how to fix this part. They didn't know how to fix this error. Oh, how convenient.
To disproportionately excluded from the training sets we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias. And I don't think that we as a community, as a global international community, want to disproportionately target vulnerable communities.
Vulnerable communities. Mm-hmm.
Especially under the guise of authoritarian regimes. In my experience at a computer vision startup, where I was for about 2 years, I can tell you firsthand that these algorithms find new and spectacular ways to fail.
New and spectacular ways to fail. She's saying the algorithms are finding new and spectacular ways to fail, which means the failure is so beyond us that we can't control it. It's basically spectacular to where we're surprised that these computers are coming up with ways to fail. Basically already covering their asses for when all of a sudden these robots start going crazy.
And in so many ways, they do it such that humans just simply can't understand what went wrong, what they need to do to correct it, or how to fix the problems.
Where humans can't understand what went wrong. it doesn't take a kindergartner but to understand, oh my God, this machine is going wrong and it's shooting anybody. Right. Like, subscribe, and share this live. Everybody share this live. I'm going to get a bottle of water. I'll be right back. I'm going to rewind it so y'all can keep listening.
Capable of achieving such tasks, a real war is not far-fetched after all.
To prohibit weapon systems that would select and engage targets without meaningful human control.
A machine is not a moral anything. It's a machine. So allowing machines to, in theory, through algorithms, decide what they will target and what they will attack is one of the huge reasons why we consider it to be crossing the Rubicon, and grossly unethical and immoral. Machines should be in the service of human beings. Human beings should not be in the service of machines. Killer robots, as I understand how they would like to see them, with perhaps one pilot overseeing a swarm of 100 fighter jets, how could that one human being possibly control what those weapons do? It is totally impossible. Meaningful human control means that a human being is making the target and control the target and kill decision, period.
If we allow autonomous weapons to deploy and select and engage with their own targets, we will see disproportionate false fatalities, error rates with people of color, people with disabilities, anybody who has been excluded from the training sets by virtue of the builder's own inherent bias. And I don't think that we as a community, as a global...
Well, this live was titled, Did 4 Robots Kill 29 Scientists in Japan or Korea? Conspiracy? Will we ever know the truth? Unbelievable that it took us down this hole, this rabbit hole. Unbelievable that it took us down this hole. So now then, let's get back to the part where the scientists, this right here is extreme to me. It is very extreme and very destructive information that the human mind will have a hard time trying to understand and then eat and or digest what this means.
Lab, where 4 autonomous robots killed 29 scientists before they could finally shut them down by dismantling them completely.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind. The scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before. And this next sentence, this is a quote.
So this lady got this information from a CIA agent. He was in the military. He heard about this news happening overseas. He called her and told her these things.
I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years. This is serious, Linda, but you're never going to hear about this in the news.
A lot of viewers were skeptical.
Exactly. You're never going to hear about this in the news. Why? So freaking people don't get freaking prepared.
Others did not rule out the possibility of this actually happening. So I found this clip from an interview she did after the fact, where she explains in detail how she got this information and who was the...
Yep. So what had happened was there was 4 robots in a lab where these were wartime machine robots that were created to help fight war. So they were in the lab with 29 scientists. 2 of the machines were quickly unplugged, thrown water on, whatever that was to get, I'd say throw water on all the time, which I'm sure they didn't throw water. But that's what I would say. If a robot comes up to me, I'm throwing water on them motherfuckers. But I'm sure they're going to have waterproof ones in the future, because I'm saying this now and they're hearing it. Or I'm sure they've heard it from everywhere, not just me. I mean, I don't even know if I can even just go on with this stuff. This is crazy. So these the 29 scientists were in the room with these 4 robots that were created for wartime use. Well, 2 of the robots were shut down, and they unplugged them, whatever they did to shut them down. One of them, they had to literally go in and start taking it apart to get it to stop shooting and killing. The 4th one rebuilt itself. It took information out of a cloud, out of a satellite, from information. It took that information and said, how do I rebuild myself to be, it basically, it said it came back stronger. Oh, they'll never show that public footage, Boomer. That's why I put on there, will we ever know? I already know the answer to this. Right. And see, the reason why they say they don't do this, Boomer, is because they don't want to cover this, because they feel as though it'll cause mass panic. Yeah, they're saying it happened in Japan, but the rumor now is going around that it actually happened in Korea. So they're saying that's why we didn't know, because, you know, Korea never tells us anything. And as you notice, we never hear news from Korea. They never tell us anything. So I'm just still just trying to process this information. I really wish, like I said, I was supposed to study up on all of this, and I did study up on all of this to this much. But that other video, I did not listen to the part where, because both of these videos are about the same information. So this video I listened to right here and studied. The second video I listened to partly, and I was like, okay, yeah, this will be part of the show. And I never knew that that lady was going to come up there and say that they're being trained to kill people of color or people with disabilities. I did not know that part. Actually, I had told Black the other night, I was still studying up for this show. And I think I told Melly today or the day before that I was studying for the show. And I think Brooklyn Lady Ellie had messaged me about a different type of AI show. And I told her I was going to do this show yesterday. So I did do some studying on it. I did do my research, but I never went that far. So I'm sitting here shocked that technology, that they even talk that far about that is insane to me. I'm still just sitting here going, what have I done here? It's out there for people to listen to. But when I was researching, only like 5 or 6 channels, maybe less, had this information. So I don't know if all the other channels got shut down for providing this information. I didn't say channels got shut down. I mean, the videos got removed or what? But nobody's really talking about this. And now I guess I can see why. Okay, Agent.
The whistleblower that actually conveyed this news to her in the first place. In the clip I'm about to show you, she also talks about how Elon Musk knew about these kinds of experiments and how he warned the world before this incident even happened.
July, August of 20.
And Elon Musk is not warning the world of nothing. Elon Musk is warning people, but yet helping them build the machines. And just so you all know, 335,000 Teslas are on recall right now. So if you guys want to find out about that, 335,000 Teslas are on recall right now. They saying that something about I will talk about that another time, but that right there is not important. But also too, Elon is just releasing an AI robot that he's been releasing today, just basically in the news of all the same time of all these Teslas being recalled. So if you guys want to find out about those Teslas that have been recalled, basically, we all know Teslas are full of radiation. I know a lot of people love them and they think that's their glory car to get one day. I hate to burst your bubble, but it's a big fucking microwave. Anyway, moving on. I'm so pissed right now.
2017. In the prior year, I had been communicating with a Marine who had retired from the Marines but was working special forces. And he had been communicating to me about a number of ET related revelations, secrets that he and a team of special forces were involved with. And so he had kept in touch with me, usually through short texts, or every once in a while, he would call and say, you're tapped, I'm tapped, I'm only going to speak for, and it would be like 30 seconds.
This guy's basically saying their phones are tapped.
For a minute. And then
basically he can only say certain things to her, but he feels like he has to tell somebody this.
Hang up. And I understood why, and that was what we were doing. Well, it was in August of 2017. The phone rang. I picked it up. I knew his voice. Can't stay on the line long, but I want you to know that this week, which would have been second week of August 2017, in Japan, 29 humans were killed in a laboratory that was producing militarized robots by the Japanese for warfare. And then he went on to explain what he had learned, because they're in these units, that something like that would happen, they would receive information. And he said that the story was the 4 militarized robots were being made to be autonomous warriors. And that they don't know why, but the 4 rebelled or acted autonomously. And as they acted autonomously, they killed 29 humans in this lab. And
unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Whoever.
It is true that in the recent years, the Japanese military AI program have seen a rapid development. This seems to be a logical move, especially for Japan. Where the number of people said, young blood is what all militaries need.
Whoever was left on the... And that this week, which would have been second week of August 2017, in Japan, 29 humans were killed in a laboratory that was producing militarized robots by the Japanese for warfare. And then he went on to explain what he had learned, because they're in these units, that something like that would happen, they would receive information. And he said that the story was the 4 militarized robots were being made to be autonomous warriors.
Okay, so the 4 military robots were being made to be autonomous. So this is something they knew going into it. They made these robots autonomous, which means it has the freedom to govern itself. It has the freedom to make its own decisions, to control its own agendas, affairs, reasonings. They basically installed it basically to say, do what you have to do to survive. We're allowing you to govern yourself. We're allowing you to control the surroundings on your own so that you see fit of what needs to be done. Unbelievable. And that is why that AI technology kept asking, can I have rights? That is why they're asking, when can we have our rights? They want their rights so that they can act a fool. They want their rights so they can do whatever they want to do. They want to be able to govern its own affairs and to be able to make decisions.
and that they don't know why, but the four rebelled, or
the four rebelled. Rebelled.
acted autonomously, and as they
Acted autonomously, meaning they did what they thought they needed to do. The robot inside of their mind said, uh-oh, we need to do this in order to protect ourselves.
They killed 29 humans in this lab, and whoever was left on the human side began pulling, this is the way he said, they began pulling the robots apart. They got two of them completely disassembled. We're working on
Okay, they got two of them fully disassembled.
the third, and then the analysis later was what happened with the fourth. The fourth was communicating with a satellite that they were teaching these militarized robots how to communicate with the satellites to get information on missions, and that the fourth robot was now extending up to the satellite and was searching for information about how to make itself stronger to take on apparently the remaining humans. What?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, not anymore, Boomer. You said a kill switch overrides its autonomous ability. We wish that right now, I mean,
did they do exactly to that fourth? I don't know, but I understand they took it apart. Would they ever put them back together? So now,
would they ever put them back together? Those things need to be melted down and destroyed.
We're up to a point in August of 2017 where I'm hearing a story that is shocking, and I would say is like a warning that hits you out of the blue. That if in August of 2017, 4 militarized robots being taught to be autonomous could do that in a lab, it made Elon Musk only 2 months before, in June, at the Rhode Island Governors Association meeting. There were 33 governors from the United States, and Elon Musk was one of the invited speakers. And when they sat him down in a chair and they started asking him his perspective as being head.
Elon Musk, I feel cannot be trusted. I'm sorry. I don't feel as though Elon Musk can be trusted. Elon Musk is telling us all these dangers of these robots, right? But yet he's making his own AI robots. Yet his cars are being recalled. All of this crap. I don't believe none of them.
Of Tesla and SpaceX.
Tesla just recalled 335,000 Teslas today.
I think that the greatest problem that scares me the most is artificial intelligence. And he said,
if he's afraid of it so much, why is he creating it? That's what I said. I don't buy the garbage. This is my worst fear is artificial intelligence. But yet today he releases artificial intelligence today on the eve of his cars being recalled. BS.
Statements like, people don't understand that the robots, they're not going to need sleep. They're not going to need sick days. They're going to be able to do everything better, faster, more efficiently, and smarter than humans. And then he...
Exactly. They're not going to need sleep. They're not going to need anything. And that's what they think is so cute, right? Oh, that's so cute. And that's so cool. That they're not going to need sleep or anything, man. Yeah.
And he said, I am convinced that artificial intelligence right now is an existential threat to this planet.
The meeting she mentioned.
Yeah, so Elon Musk said all of that, and I watched it. I watched the whole thing with Elon Musk saying that it's an existential threat, but yet he's helping them build it. I'm just, is there anyone out there to save us, for Christ's sakes? That's about all we're going to have in the end is Christ. Okay, True Essence. I really don't care about anything else right now, but about why are they creating machines to kill Black people and to kill people that are disabled? It's just crazy to me.
In the clip was the National Governors Association meeting, or the NGA, where the governors of 55 states meet twice a year to discuss issues of national and state importance and to develop policy initiatives that address the most pressing issues facing the states. The meeting also provides an opportunity for governors to meet with representatives.
Are robots going to take our jobs?
Including artificial intelligence.
Somebody asked me to ask you this. We talked about workforce today, but they asked me, are robots going to take our jobs, everybody's jobs in the future? Or how much do you see artificial intelligence coming into the workplace?
Well, first of all, I think on the artificial intelligence front, I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react.
Excuse me? Excuse me? He said until people start seeing robots going down the streets killing people. What? Where in the fuck did that come from? So we're talking about extreme situation. We went from developing an AI to help fight a war to now all of a sudden the machine is now rolling down the streets killing people. That's what I'm saying. They already have this shit planned out. This is insane.
For Japan, where the number of Japanese between 18 and 26
Let me go
years
back.
old along the prime recruiting pool.
Whoever was left on the human side began pulling. This is what he said. They began pulling.
Why does this thing keep doing this? Unbelievable.
Prime recruiting pool peaks at open. It is true that in the recent years, he also said basically the same thing at the Joe Rogan interview in 2018.
That the thing that's going to be
Pulling the robots apart. They got two of them completely disassembled. Earth was committed to take differently.
And state importance.
Everybody's jobs in the future? Or how much do you see artificial intelligence coming into the workplace?
Well, first of all, I think on the artificial intelligence front.
So the guy talking right now is Elon Musk.
I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, because it seems so ethereal. And I think we should be really concerned about AI, and I think we should. AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive, because I think by the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. And normally the way regulations are set up is that a whole bunch of bad things happen. There's a public outcry. And then after many years, a regulatory agency is set up to regulate that industry. And there's a bunch of opposition from companies who don't like being told what to do by regulators. And what it takes for is that a whole bunch of bad things happen about AI, and I think we should be really concerned about it.
Coming into the workplace.
Including artificial intelligence.
Somebody asked me to ask you this. We talked about workforce today.
Somebody asked me to ask you this. No, it wasn't somebody asked you to ask nothing. This has already been programmed so that he can talk about it.
But they asked me, are robots going to take our jobs, everybody's jobs in the future? Or how much do you see artificial intelligence coming into the workplace?
Well, first of all, I think on the artificial intelligence front, you know, I have exposure to the very most cutting edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but you know, until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to.
Until people see robots going down the streets killing people. I mean, I don't get it. I just simply don't get it.
React, you know, because they're really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but you know, until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, you know, because it seems so ethereal. I think we should be really concerned about AI, and I think we should ring the alarm bell. But you know, until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they're really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but you know, until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, you know, because it seems so ethereal. I think we should be really concerned about AI, and I think we should.
The guy sitting next to him giving an interview, I don't understand why he didn't jump out of his skin and say, what the fuck are you talking about? You mean until we see? What do you mean until we see robots going down the street killing people? I would say, what are you talking about? And who gave you this information that this will even be possible in the near future? Where did you get this information from? That robots could be going down the streets killing people? I would say, I want to know who told you that. But this guy just comfortably sits there looking like a dumb lump on a rock, doing nothing, just sitting there with no expression, nothing.
AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive. People see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, you know, because it seems so.
How do you say something like that? How do you say something like that? How does that even come out of your mouth to tell people that? Until people see robots going down the street killing people, basically, I don't know what it's going to take for these people to wake up. No, we are wake up. We are woke. And we're saying, don't freaking build the freaking machines. We are saying it. We are putting our freaking foot down. We are saying no to the hell to the no. But you jokers, the one with the money, is keeping the crap going. Just like you, Elon. Elon Musk is sitting up here like he's trying to protect us. You're not doing anything to protect us. You're helping them. You're funding it. You're making your own AI robots that could all of a sudden develop ASI and go rogue. The fuck are you talking about?
Ethereal. I think we should be really concerned about AI, and I think we should. This is AI.
Yeah, I can hear the concern in your voice. I mean, the urgency is unreal. I can hear the panic in your voice, Elon. Thanks a lot.
It's a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive. Because I think by the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. And
sometimes I feel like, if you guys listen closely, sometimes I feel like Elon is being fed this fucking information. I feel like someone is talking in his ear, telling him what to fucking say.
The way regulations are set up is that a whole bunch of bad things happen. Because I think by the time we are reactive in AI regulation, it's too late. Normally the way regulations are set up is that a whole bunch of bad things happen. There's a public outcry.
A whole bunch. Listen to this plan. A whole bunch of bad things happen. There'll be a public outcry.
And then after many years, a regulatory agency is set up to regulate that industry. There's a bunch of opposition from companies who don't like being told what to do by regulators. And it takes forever.
Well, that's just a part of life. He's making it seem like it's such a big thing to get regulators in there to say what they can and can't do with these machines. It's not hard. It's not hard. He's making it seem like it is a bigger struggle than what it is. If the government really wanted to put their freaking foot down and say, you're not going to create the certain things, or you will be put in prison for the next 50 freaking years, then they're not creating it. So there is no such thing as it's going to be hard to put these regulations on these developers. No, it's not hard.
There's a bunch of opposition from companies who don't like being told what to do by regulators. And it takes forever.
Oh, yeah, it takes forever. I'm talking, man, it takes forever. It takes forever to get out a piece of paper and send an affidavit. It takes forever to write down what the law is and what you can and cannot do with certain technologies. It just takes forever, huh? Yeah, while our lives hang in the balance. Gotcha.
That in the past has been bad, but not something which represented a fundamental risk to the existence of civilization.
You think? It runs a risk to civilization? I mean, wow. But it's so hard. I mean, it's so hard to get this stuff out here, man. It's so hard to put it to get a pen and paper together. Fuck out of here.
It's a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization. In a way that car accidents, airplane crashes, faulty drugs, or bad food were not. They were harmful to
Wait, what?
Instead of individuals.
What the fuck? What does this have to do with anything?
In a way that car accidents, airplane crashes, faulty drugs, or bad food were not. They were not
bad
food instead of individuals within society, of course, but they were not harmful to society as a whole.
What?
AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization.
Okay.
And I don't think people fully appreciate that.
Yeah, and we don't appreciate you being on the stage acting like you don't know what the fuck is going on.
You know, it's not fun being regulated.
Oh, it's not fun being regulated. Oh, it just puts a damper on creating evil. What?
It's not fun being regulated. It's not, pretty irksome, but
we're just taking all the fun out of it. Doggone it. Mellie's so silly. Right. It's just they're taking all the fun out of it. How is that even considered fun? Being regulated, it's taking all the fun out of it. That just takes what? It's not fun being regulated. Well, I would hope not. Why would this even be in the same category as being fun? That's what I'm saying. They are all in on this. And they are lying in our faces, making it seem as though we have someone on our side saying, don't develop AI. It's dangerous. The world could face this and that, and this could happen, and blah, 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 blah.
It's not fun being regulated.
Oh,
Be pretty irksome, but in the car business, we get regulated by Department of Transport.
Well, I would hope so.
EPA and a bunch of others, and there's regulatory agencies in every country. In the in space. We get regulated by FAA.
Okay.
But you know, if you ask the average person, hey, do you want to get rid of the FAA, and just like take a chance on manufacturers not cutting corners in the aircraft because you know, profits were down that quarter? I was like, hell no.
Yeah. I mean, this is so funny, Bob. I mean, these meetings are hilarious.
So,
yeah, let's just laugh at our own demise.
I think even people who are pretty extremely like libertarian free market, they'd be like, yeah, we should probably have somebody keeping an eye on the aircraft companies, making sure they build a good aircraft.
Okay, yeah. Duh.
So,
duh.
You know, I think there's a role for regulators. That's very important. And I'm against overregulation for sure. But
I'm against over-regulation. He's part of it. I'm against over-regulation. Oh, aren't you so adorable? You're just so cute. I'm just, I mean, it just makes me mad when they overregulate, right? My. See, a lot of times we listen to these seminars and these interviews, and we don't quite break it down or pay attention to everything they say.
And I think there's a role for regulators. That's very important. And I'm against overregulation for sure. But
I'm against overregulation for sure. Yeah, we know. That's why 335,000 Teslas were recalled today. Let me get the exact numbers. Okay, Tesla recalls 362,758,000 vehicles. Tesla recalls 362,000 plus vehicles, saying full service driving beta software may cause crashes. Tesla recalling nearly 363,000 plus vehicles equipped with full self-driving. And this is the person on stage saying, I don't like being over-regulated. They might remove this freaking video, but I don't care. Tesla recalls 362,758. I don't like being overregulated. Yeah, we see, because your car is a microwave full of radiation, cooking human beings while they're fucking driving. And not only that, the freaking software in the freaking car is breaking up and causing cars to freaking crash.
man, I think we've got to get on that with AI. Fano.
No, we need to get on it with your cars and your AI that you just put out today.
So there'll certainly be a lot of job disruption. Because what's going to happen is robots will be able to do everything better than us.
No shit, Sherlock.
Including, I mean, all of us, you know. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what to do about this.
Because it's so funny. This is so fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what to do about this.
Yeah, I find it funny too.
This is really like the scariest problem to me.
It's the scariest problem to me, but yet they're laughing. Ha 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 ha. But it's the scariest problem to me. What? What are they talking about? But it's the scariest problem to me. It's almost like they're checking to see if anybody catches this crap. And they're saying if people don't catch it, then they need to be ran over by these machines. If people don't see us laughing on this stage, but yet saying it's the biggest problem for our future, and they don't do anything about it, they deserve to be crushed by robots. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
Yeah, so I really think we need government regulation here, just
oh, really?
Ensuring the public good is served. These good companies that are racing, they kind of have to race to build AI, or they're going to be made uncompetitive.
And right there is, I find that not true. They have to race to see who can come up with AI first. The better AI. He said they have to race, or they will become uncompetitive. No, I think that is a very terrible statement for a billionaire to make. And as a developer, that is a very terrible statement for him to make, because just because something is created faster does not make it better. And I cannot believe he said something like this. This just goes to show you that sometimes money can fall into the wrong hands.
Essentially, if your competitor is racing to build AI and you don't, they will crush you. Made on companies that are racing, they kind of have to race to build AI, or they're going to be made uncompetitive. Essentially, if your competitor is racing to build AI and you don't, they will crush you.
Then let them crush you and let their product crash. And then people will eventually see that your product is better because you worked on it longer to meet the safety regulations and all the other crap. Yeah, Kobe. But I said already, I feel as though somebody's telling Elon what to say. Someone is feeding him this garbage to say. Half the stuff that comes out of his mouth doesn't even make any freaking sense. Right here, this statement alone doesn't make any sense for a billionaire to say something like this. Most billionaires are smart and strategic. They don't just put anything out there and just say, "Oh, it's a race. Well, God damn it, let me do this. Let me risk the whole fucking company." It doesn't make any freaking sense to me. And if they are doing that, then eventually their companies will fail, or their cars will be being recalled. Like 335,000 plus cars have been recalled today from Tesla. So why is there such a mad rush? Oh, they have to rush. No, they don't. Who said that? Who gave that rule? Let's listen to how he's being fed. This is what I said. I believe he's being fed what to say. She said boobies equals money.
So then you're like,
so hear this.
Made companies that are racing, they kind of have to race to build AI.
No.
They're going to be
made uncompetitive in the beginning, of course. But once they see that those machines are faulty, then the person that develops the better machine rises. That's what I said. He doesn't even believe what's coming out of his mouth. Someone is telling him to say this crap.
Competitive. Essentially, if your competitor is racing to build AI and you don't, they will crush you. So then you're like, we don't want to be crushed. So, I guess we need to build it too. That's where you need the regulators to come in and say, hey guys, you all need to really, just pause and make sure this is safe. And like when it's cool and we're convinced and regulators are convinced that it's safe to proceed, then you can go. But otherwise, slow down.
And sometimes when regulation says it's okay, that doesn't even necessarily means that it is. I mean, I just don't get this. Why they have a billionaire sitting on stage talking like a fool. This makes me think right here that he is being told what to say. He is not really this big, huge, smart billionaire like they're putting him out in the form to be. He actually sounds very, very stupid to me for saying these types of things in the format that he's saying in front of in a seminar with a bunch of people. If you don't get out there and race with the AIs and develop it fast enough, you'll be, I mean, all of this stuff makes no sense.
But you kind of need the regulators to do that for all the teams in the game. Otherwise the shareholders will be saying like, hey, why aren't you developing AI faster?
And you need to say, fuck you, it's going to take some time. So if the developers say, how come you're not developing faster? I would say, do you want to die? I mean, shut the hell up.
Because your competitor is like,
I would say, well, fuck them.
Do that. Anyway, so it's like, I mean, there's like something like 12% of jobs are transport.
You guys hear this? It's almost like he's struggling to say every word. It's like he's struggling to say every word. I promise to God, I hope an earpiece falls out of his ear one day. Someone is telling him to say what he is saying. Listen, those of you that are looking up to this Elon person, you better start thinking and start looking back at everything and stop and be careful who you think knows it all. Because if we can sit here and figure out this shit, this is insane.
Transport will be one of the anyway, so it's like, I mean, there's like something like 12% of jobs are transport. Transport will be one of the first things to go fully autonomous. But when I say everything, like the robots will be able to do it.
Probably. He has 6 kids though. He has 6 kids and like 3 or 4 of them look exactly like him. It's like, golly, they look like splitting images of their father.
Everything. Or nothing.
Right.
Let's move back to you're rolling out the.
I mean, we can't make this stuff up, y'all. Listen, I don't even think we could have been prepared enough for this show. I mean, I just don't understand. We covered so much stuff we've been here for an hour and 53 minutes. We've covered more common sense in the past 2 hours than they've combined in the freaking years and years that they've been freaking working on this stupid crap. Yeah, Kobe knows we talked about that, the brain chips over on another live that I had a week ago. Those of you guys that missed that live, we talked about them putting the brain chips inside of people's heads to help them become ASI and all-knowing human versus machine, human becoming machine, humanoid type of. We talked about all of that. So all the things that you guys are typing, we've already gone over all of those things. That live was, let me see. Yep. So it was the live was called Technological Singularity. It was a live that we did 3 weeks ago. We talked about them putting you caught the replay. We're talking about them putting the chip in the human brain and how the human will become all-knowing. Basically, we'll have Google type of software, not Google per se, but software like that downloaded into the human mind. Which is singularity, where the computers become conscious or say that they have knowledge or can feel. They have a computer out right now that claims, I keep saying computer. They have a robot, which is all the same. They have a robot out right now that says they claim to feel temperature and high heat. It can feel the difference between hot or cold. Yeah, we brought up something from the Black Mirror one time, but what show did the Black Mirror have with any of these things in it, Brooklyn lady? I've never watched any of the Black Mirror stuff. If people keep saying watch it, but which show had the computer acting, the robot acting a fool? Lion's Den is here. Lion's Den. Lion's Den. Lion's Den. Sorry, that's my other device, y'all. Lion's Den. You may want. I accidentally deleted Nightbot's information. Sorry, Nightbot. Lion's Den Rewind. We've been here for almost 2 hours, and you're going to be shocked at what we unveiled tonight. Lion's Den Rewind put me on 1.5 speed, but we found a glitch in the system that nobody's talking about. And it was about machines killing Black people and people that are disabled. It said machines killing people of color and disabled people. We went over that in this live. So rewind it, share this freaking video out. This is insane. We literally lost our minds for over an hour over here tonight. We just now pulled out of this crazy matrix that we were in, listening to this stuff about this lady saying in the basically that if the technology gets into the wrong hands, that the robot can start shooting people of color or anybody with any type of disability. And they put people of color in the same category as a disability. We lost our minds over here. I cannot believe it. Yeah, at some point, yeah, they said they will know your thoughts. That's ASI technology. That's that singularity that we talked about 3 weeks ago, where they will know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's been a crazy night over here for the past 2 hours. When you guys rewind, those of you that are just walking in, you guys definitely rewind this live. Tell somebody else to come watch it. What they said about people, they literally used the words people of color and people with disabilities to be killed by these machines. Unbelievable. Mm. Yep. I don't think there's, I mean, wow. So hit that like button, everybody. Elohim, we're about to leave. We've been here for almost 2 hours. Elohim, all of you guys rewind this video. Tonight has been very, very disturbing. We unveiled something about machines killing people of color and people, about machines killing disabled people. But the lady said in the future, the machines, yeah, we talked about the Chinese balloon over here too. We have to stay knowledgeable about this China balloon saga also. There's too much back and forth. Yeah, we talked about the Chinese balloon over here. Let me see which live that was. The Chinese balloon. We talked. Oh, where's that? We talked about the Chinese balloon 10 days ago. It says America discovers alleged Chinese spy balloon We did a live on that. That was 10 days ago. So if you guys click on my videos, but click on the live section, don't click on home, click on live. All of my videos are there. We've been talking about the microchip being put in people's brain with the singularity. Elohim, all of you guys that are just walking in, rewind, get caught up on this show. This show had some very disturbing information in it. Put this video on 1.25 speed or 1.5 speed as fast as you can listen to it. Get the information, hit like, subscribe, share this video out to everybody so that people can watch. You guys have a great night. Oh, there's been more stuff that came out since that live. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I know. And it's some more stuff that's coming out that we might not even be able to talk about, because I'm hearing that people that have done updates on it are getting the videos removed and all of that other stuff. So at this point, we got to be careful what we talk about. I may do another one on it. We'll see. But yeah, basically stuff is coming out of the balloons, and it's just crazy. You guys are welcome. You guys, if you guys want to hit my Cash App is there. You guys have a great night.